Right, before we kick into this vlog 74, I just wanted to check in and update anybody who hasn't already watched vlog 73, which was this week's midweek, the first of hopefully what might be many midweek vlogs. It's come about simply because I've been conscious for a while that the vlogs run 40 to 45 minutes on average. That's exactly what they was intended to do, because I was trying to condense everything I do in a week, or at least the 4 days when I'm not at work, into one sit down watch session. But one or two people have said, oh, they're a bit long. And you know, well, they are if I'm doing several things, especially when they're in depth and I'm trying to show people who don't know how I've tackled jobs that even I don't know what I'm doing. So if that makes sense, it takes a while, because I don't believe that there's any benefit of me showing something that's about to be done and then fast forwarding it and saying, there, I've done it. What I want to try and do is make this accessible to people who, like me, haven't got a clue, who feel that, yeah, that's fine, it's great not to have a clue, because you can stumble through it and still get there. And by watching how I get past some of the errors that I make, then it'll give them the confidence to have a go. So what we're trying to do throughout December, so if you've not already seen the midweek vlog, which is vlog 73, I'm going to try and split the vlogs into two on the weeks where I need to. That doesn't mean to say that every week there's going to be a midweek vlog. It's just a bit of an experiment throughout December. And Cider of the week will be at the end of this vlog, as it will always come out with my regular Saturday vlog, which you're watching now. So let me show you how the rest of this week is panned out. Good morning and welcome to Wednesday, the 8th of December, and it's been a windy, in fact it's been a windy 48 hours. I was woke up in the middle of the night for the first time for a long time. Freedom was actually rocking. It takes quite a bit to move a boat of this size around, but by crikey, the wind was giving it a bit of a go during the middle of the night. And so yeah, I didn't get a good night's sleep last night, not particularly. Making a cup of tea at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then getting back in bed and trying to get back to sleep wasn't always going to be a best plan. Anyway, today's plan is I've got to nip out and do a bit of shopping, just to top up in the fridge, and when I get back I've got something to show you, reference my kit that I'm putting together ready for solar. I know it's a bit of a strange time to be thinking about solar in flipping winter, but I've already got the panels, and I've now got another item to add to that kit, and it's just a case of finding the time for myself and a gentleman on the marina who's going to help me install it, or rather I'm going to help him. I'll make it all clear to you when I get to show you. But yeah, I'm just going to go and get in my van, but there's something I need to show you en route that it just made me chuckle this morning when I took Misty out. I was just walking Misty down here this morning, and anybody who knows me knows my approach to most things in life is the bigger the better, and nothing's more true than what I saw on the back of this boat. And it just, as I say, it put a smile on my face this morning, as I thought it was quite a nice thing to see. It's just on one of these GRP cruisers here, look. Now look at this bike on here. And not only is it a good idea to carry your bike on the back of your boat, so at least you can get around. Look at the wheels on that. Just let me zoom in on them. Look here. Crikey. They're as big as the wheels on my flipping van. Now, as soon as I saw this bike, I couldn't help but think of Narrowboat Will, who also has a bike on his boat. I believe it's on his boat. And he's always moaning about going up and down muddy towpaths because there's a constant cruiser and he's out all year. These are the tyres, Will, that you need on your bike. Unbelievable. And there you go. Like I always say, if you're going to have something, have as big as you can get. Look at them for baubles. We don't mess about at Mercy, you know. Only the best. Now, I've just popped in to the marina office on my way out to get my food shop, and I've just found this in my post box. Now, whoever has sent me this has obviously spelt my name wrong, because I haven't got a Y in it, and I'm just going to open it up and we'll have a look who it's from. How nice is that? Hey, how festive. It's from Paul and Mags, and Paul runs the Mercia tour boat. He takes people down to the Mad Hatter Cafe on the Trent Mersey, and they own a Widebeam on the same pontoon as myself, and they recently moved into their lodge on the marina for Christmas. So thank you very much, guys, really appreciate it. Now, this trip out to Aldi at Hilton, and obviously there is other supermarkets locally, quite a lot in Burton-on-Trent obviously, is something I do now every week. It's part of my routine, and you know, it's strange living on your own. You open up all these new regular little routines that you do, and I absolutely love just popping out, topping up the shopping, buying what I want to buy, and for me and for Misty, and it just gets me out of the marina and a little bit of me time. And I'm fortunate I've got cameras on board, Freedom, so I can just have a quick flick on my phone and just check that she's behaving and not pulling my Christmas tree down. And yeah, I do this every week, midweek, as what I call a top up on my shopping. And today's, at least it's a half decent day. It's been windy, but it's an half decent day, and it's only a matter of less than about 7 minutes drive from the marina. I'll show you when we get there. And here we are. It's not the biggest of Aldi's, but it's got everything I'm going to need just to top up. And as I said before, it's in very easy reach of the marina. So let's go and get some shopping done. Take one. That's all I need. Get in this van and let's get back to Mercia. Get back on board Freedom and have a coffee. Part of what I'm planning to do in the future with Freedom is improve and add things that's going to make life a lot easier when I'm out on the water. And one of the biggest improvements and expenditures will be adding solar. Now, this is a subject that's very individual, as I would class it. I have studied, researched, watched videos, watched YouTube. Everybody will have their own opinion. Fact. I'm no expert, also fact. But what I have done is laid out in my mind what it is I'm aiming to achieve. And to that end, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not saying what I'm doing is right for everybody. And there'll be people who say, oh, what you've bought is over the top or too expensive or over this or under that or not reliable. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. This is my journey, and if I make the mistakes, then it's only me that's paying for it. So what I am doing is inviting you to watch how I get solar eventually on board. Now, I did look at having a couple of companies come in, which they did, and give me quotes. Both looked around the boat, both are professional companies, and both have given me their prices. Both of them have told me that I only need 800 watts solar, and neither seem very keen on telling me which make of control panel or solar panels as well, or the control and the solar panels, they were actually going to fit. I'm just going to move you a second because you look a little bit cockeyed to me. I'm going to put this leg down a minute. Sorry to have to do this halfway through a vlog. I could edit it out, I'm not going to. Of course, what I do is real. Well, that's better. I can see you better now. Right, yeah, so neither were, I call very specific, only with the price. And both wanted, as I say, to fit approximately 800 watts of solar. I think one was just under. And both were hitting between £2,500 and £3,000. Now, a friend of mine has a friend who sells solar panels for a living up in York. So he suggested I went and bought my own panels for a start, which I did earlier in the summer, and again I've vlogged on that. And I am aiming to put 1600 watts of solar on the roof, simply because I'd sooner have more than I need, and being a Widebeam, I've got the space to put it. And it's better to have more than you need than to be struggling. That's my theory in life. So I'm just going to cut in and show you where the solar panels are going to go, roughly. Now it's windy, so I might have to voice over it because I've just videoed it and it's very windy out there. And the panels are approximately 6 foot by 4 each, which is going to give me something like 96 square foot of solar, as I say, 1600 watt, and it will cover roughly the first quarter of the roof, and that will all account for also leaving a walkway between the two banks of panels. So let me just see if I can cut that bit in now. This small block of wood is just to show where the panels are going to finish, coming from the front of the boat, from the bow towards the stern. And as I swing the camera around, you'll see that there's a heck of a lot of roof space left. Right, now you can see where I'm going to put the solar panels. Now, the next point is the controller, and then also the batteries. Freedom has still got the original battery bank on here, which is 310 amp gel batteries. My intention is to change them prior to going out on the water. At the moment, I'm hooked into the mains. Everything's working fine. I don't see the point of changing them just yet. And I am considering Victron AGM batteries, 200 amp hour each. I may extend the battery bank and put a fourth battery in, so that'll give me a battery rating of 800 amps, which obviously isn't what you've got, because you don't get everything that it says on the packet, sort of thing. You know, you're going to use a fraction of that, or get a fraction of that. And that's still up for debate. I haven't made a decision on that. But what I have made a decision on is the actual controller. Now, again, there is hundreds of different sizes, makes, ideas out there. But I've gone with a Victron 250-100, and yes, it is expensive. This box here is just nigh short of £1,000 worth, so yeah, it's a lot of money. Why have I gone with Victron? Because a lot of people say, well, they're overpriced, they're overrated, etc. One of the reasons is because they're a name that is well known in the marketplace for solar on boats and other things on boats. I like the fact it's got a 5-year warranty. And if you look at the cost of this and then split it down across them 5 years, it works out about £4 a week. For the peace of mind of knowing I've got one of the market contenders in here. It's also plenty big enough to do, I think it's up to 2,000 watts. So I've got room, if I wanted to add another panel, I could do. I don't think I ever will, but I could do. And because it's designed to take 2,000 watts, it's got the stamina to do what I want it to do. Yes, I could buy cheaper. I could maybe get a unit for £300-400 that'll do the job. It may come with a 1-year, 2-year guarantee on it. But who's to say in 2 years' time when it packs up, I've then got to go out and buy another one? So my attitude is buy one before we start. So I just want to quickly open this because I haven't opened it yet. Spent all this money on it and haven't opened it yet. And have a look. Crikey. You've got a flight manual. I thought I bought an MPPT controller. It looks like I've got an instruction book for Concorde. But fortunately, it's not me on my own that's fitting it. I've got a friend on the marina that's going to fit it with me and hopefully talk me through it. But I can tell you, it definitely passes the weight test. There is a heck of a lot of weight in this bad boy. Now, this is a fanless. Going to Victron, it's designed in such a way it doesn't need a built-in fan. And on the top, where this black plate is, this can be removed and you can put in a display panel. But it's also, you can then, if you don't want to use the display panel, you can Bluetooth this to your phone, which is what I'm going to do, and all the data and control and information that would normally be displayed here will be on the phone. It's as simple as that. Have I got a clue what this does? Absolutely none. Other than this is the magic box that sorts out the amount of solar that's coming in, and it's going to make it charge the batteries the most efficient way and divert, hopefully, any surplus solar into a dumping system, which again I know is controversial in many areas. A lot of solar people say, oh, you can't do that, and others say, yeah, you can do that, and some say, well, it's a bit iffy. I aim to do it. I'm looking at putting in a system to utilise having all this solar when it's a nice summer's day and I'm out on the water. And so once the batteries are fully charged, then I want, because with there being so much solar on the roof, if we have a good summer's day, maybe by 11 o'clock in the morning, I could be fully charged up. So the rest of the day, which could be another 7-8 hours of sunshine at some level, is literally wasted. So coupled to this, we're going to have a system that will then divert the electric generated into, via the inverter, into my immersion heater. So it will hot the water in the tank. That's the plan. Not cast in stone, so please don't criticise in the comments below, because all this is just thoughts at the moment. I will go through the ins and outs of this at the time when we fit it, but for now I just wanted to show that we've moved one step closer. The rest that we need now is really down to cables and connections and the time to install it. I'll update you when I've got to that point, but for now it's going back in the box somewhere safe, and we'll add to it as and when we can. Now, following on from the review that I did on the Roku Express streaming device. This is the small TV that I have in the bedroom. Now this is a more modern TV, to be fair, but I have tried hooking it up to the aerial on the roof with absolutely no joy whatsoever. And I did actually get this, not because it's a TV so much, as in fact it's got the, I know it's a bit old-fashioned now, but that's me, DVD built in. So I was so impressed with the Roku Express streamer device that I bought another one so I can watch films in bed. And I've also ordered another one of the Bowell sound bars to go in front of here, and then obviously once that arrives this will be mounted properly on top of the soundbar. So when I buy something that I think is good, I'll always buy it again if I've got the need for it. And on this occasion, as I said in the last review, both are absolutely fantastic, and it gives me now a whole range of films I can watch in bed on this telly. So that's a thumbs up from me. Cider of the week. Welcome to this week's Cider of the Week, and following from what I've had over the last couple of weeks, I thought this week I'd have something a little bit more, hopefully, enjoyable. But before I get to that, I hope you found the vlog changes meet with your liking. I'm trying, as I say, not to put all what I'm doing in, but I may revert back to that depending on what your opinions are. As you can see from this week, we've got the Christmas tree up, Misty's stockings up. Wasn't impressed when I got it out and she realised there was nothing in it, but at least that bit's sorted, and we've just got to get the presents for her now. The solar MPPT controller will no doubt get some reaction. Quite an expensive piece of kit, but what I meant to say in that section, the quotes, as I said, I was getting was between roughly £2,500 to £3,000 for 800 watts of solar. Even with the investment in the Victron 250 controller, and the fact that I got the 400, that's 1600 watts of solar panels, brand new, for £400 or just under £400. So far my outlay is just over £1,300, and I'm hoping to get everything installed for less than £2,000, which will give me double what the capacity of solar generation than what I was being quoted the £2,500 to £3,000 for. It could be done cheaper. I don't doubt for one moment it could be done cheaper. I could have got cheaper panels, I could get a cheaper controller, but that's not what I'm about. It's hopefully reliability, and as I said, with the controller, we're having a 5-year guarantee on it, peace of mind. And I will looking again with the batteries to do similar kinds of research to make sure that when I do put the battery bank in, it will do what I need it to do and not be working like too flat out. So you've got a little bit of spare capacity. So this week's Cider of the Week is going to be an easy one to do, although I haven't had this for years. I'm going to do Magners Irish cider, and chances are you'll all say, well, I've had that. Well, maybe you have, but it's still a cider and I've still got to review it. So I'm going to, and I've just come from the co-op in the Willington, and all the ciders that they've got, the only one that I haven't reviewed is this one. So I'm starting to get to the end of me ciders of the week, or I've got to start buying packs of 4. Now there's quite a lot of ciders I haven't tried yet, but I've got to buy a pack of 4 because they don't sell them as individual tins, which is a bit scary, because if it's anything like Frosty Jacks, that'll be 4 cans going down the sink. So Magners Irish cider from the juice of 17 apple varieties. Now I didn't know that. There you go, you've learnt something. There's 17 different apple varieties go into the bottle. It's a 568ml, it's 4.5%, and this has cost me just over £2. I could have got it cheap in a pub. But let's see what it tastes like, and hopefully it's going to taste better than Frosty Jacks. Now I know that everybody will say, yeah, you got to pour it over ice, that's what it's designed to do, and yes it is, and no I won't, because I'm reviewing it and I don't like ice cubes. But by God, does that look like a cider colour? Hey, look at that. That looks like a cider colour. And it smells like cider. I said this in a previous vlog. When you get the brands, you know, the named brands, you tend to find that it's an easy review because they've done the work, you know, and they've got it right. And this smells like it's right. That's nice. Now I have, as I said before, I don't have it on ice, but I have put the bottle in the ice box, so it is icy cold, and it is a beautiful cider. I knew it would be. I've had it before, but it's a proper cider taste. This is a kind of cider, again, I would have this with a meal, and you definitely would have it out socialising, to barbecue on a summer's evening. You can't go far wrong with a Magners cider. There's not many people I think will say, oh, I don't like it. It's in there with the Bulmers and the traditional woodpecker type ciders, you know, enjoyable ciders. You haven't got to think about it when you drink this. It's nice. I should have had this when Polly came and did cider of the week, because she'd have liked this. It's really nice. It's refreshing. It's light enough that you don't get any aftertaste, and you've got that apple flavour all the time. It's there. It's not disguised by anything else. Goes without saying, I'd have this in my fridge for Christmas, and I might have a few bottles in my cider cellar in the bottom of Freedom in reserve. It's a 9 out of 10 for sure. I yet haven't found a cider in my opinion is a 10 out of 10. I might be looking for the perfect cider, I don't know. But Magners, definitely 9 out of 10. Lovely all round cider. You can't go wrong. Get some in your fridge. You know you're going to enjoy it. Your chances are I've already had plenty of it, so you know it's a good cider. So all that remains for me to say is I hope you like the new format of the vlog. I'm trying to adapt. It's not easy because it's not what I originally planned on doing, so I'm trying. I'll just ask you, do give me a thumbs up. Please put comments. If you want me to change things, put them in the comments. I do look at what you say and I am reacting to that. And if you've watched me before and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and press the notification. If you haven't watched me before and you've enjoyed this vlog, please subscribe, press that notification. You'll get to see when I do a midweek vlog, you'll get notification of it. So until next week, all that remains for me to say is on behalf of Misty and me, cheers.